Hear ye, hear ye. It's week 18 of the season, of the NFL season. And you might know this as the week after the big best ball championships, the week after your home league championships. But we know it as cash game week. And so we've got the cash game king on the show with us. We got Davis also. And you know me, I'm always in the cash game streets. So it'll be a fun show. Stick around. It's a Swolecast, sponsored by IKB.
Are you Davis Mattek from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.
All right, welcome in. This is Swolecast. Again, sponsored by IKB. IKB.gg is where you can go. They have the same salaries as other sites you might play on, like Smashmings. And, it's just a great brand, and we appreciate them sponsoring the show. This is where we have our weekly contest, and it's whenever Pete pulls up his screen, that's what you'll see there. For if you're on the podcast, you can watch later on YouTube and see that. So with that being said, guys, how's your week been? Davis, let's start with you. We had Christmas last week. We had week 18 or week 17 championship week. How has it been for you?
Just working. Just drafting more. That's all I do, really. Just draft. I'm about 450 playoff best ball drafts in. Been running. Just grind all the time. I did win my home league championship for the first time ever, like 15 plus years. So while everyone celebrates their finish in the Golden Doodle 14, that's what I got. That's all I got for you, man. That's it.
Pete, how are you doing?
I'm having a conversation with the counselor on Twitter right now. He made it hard because he deleted his initial reply and then rewrote it. So I tried to reply to a deleted tweet. And he's mad at me. And all I said was, thank you, big dog. Went 16-0 in my league thanks to your 16-round masterclass. And he thinks I'm being sarcastic. So we'll get that sorted out. I'll make sure I get focused on the show here. It's not, I don't normally spend a lot of time on Twitter, but when I become the cash game king, I live on there, and it's a different mode for me.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
People, inquiring minds want to know. This was asked in the Deposit Kingdom. Do you keep a rolling log of bits like throughout the year? Like it's week 8 and you're like, I got a funny cash game, and you write it down in your little notebook, or is it just all off the dome?
No, literally none. I'm exhausted doing this. I don't even want to do this. I do this because people would be sad if I didn't do it. No, I'm not prepping for this. It's like the Swolecast. I'm writing my jokes 15 minutes before we go live. Yeah,
but you take it to the next level. So last week you said that the Chow Chow was the premier flagship contest.
Is this about chonks?
Yes. And so this guy
he ran to JJ after I shot him down.
Yeah, so he actually shouted out JJ the late round for becoming a best ball bro. He won, was it 20 grand or 50 grand?
Yeah,
50.
Yeah, 50.
And he goes and replies to your comment about the flagship. You said for a long time the Chow Chow is a true flagship contest, and he then says, thankfully to be the winner of the true flagship contest, an underdog gives a screenshot of his $50,000 wins, and you say, congrats, I guess. Can imagine you're feeling worse than me, even worse than me. And he said, you're a pro. And I'm a Joe. I got lucky on this one, but I'm sure you'll have me and many others on the next. Sorry, I didn't mean to come at a bad time. I've been watching you call this the flagship for weeks, so I was excited to find the tweet. Like he is like almost apologizing. He feels bad.
As he
and you
should
say, and you say, no, it's not that. I just don't play tournaments anymore. It's part of my life that's in the rearview mirror, and I can only pray for similar salvation for others. Like you never even told him, like, seriously, congrats.
He's got buddy.
It was
David.
like, yeah.
The key to a good bit, as Trey McBride well knows, is committing. Don't get, like everyone had to have been a little bit disappointed Trey McBride scored a touchdown, right? It's much funnier for him to have end the season with no receiving touchdowns.
Not me.
Did you see my post in I wrote this in Chip Chasing, but I found one of my outstanding season log bets that I bet Trey McBride to score the most touchdowns in the entire league. Still waiting for that one to settle.
People asking, you feeling okay, Dave? Why does Dave look violently hungover? You know, I talked about the sickness in my family. It has hit me. So I'm hopped up on cold meds, but appreciate you guys telling me that I look great today and violently hungover. Also, want to set the table just by saying, become a member. We have some, if you
sure would be nice for us to just figure this out internally so that we could have a level for people to gift. We get off this show every week and everyone just leaves. And
I think that level is live. I think we do have a $4.99 level, but you can double check me on this. Yep. Casey Brown with the super gift. I'd like to thank David Kitchen Loan for my 50th place in BBM. You're my oracle. But yeah, we got some. What I want to do for the Swolecast members, starting off the new year, is a Swolecast fitness weight loss challenge for those that want to participate. So I put a post up on YouTube as far as some ideas. I want to revolve it around the football schedule. So we have some benchmarks, and you can take a look at that. Let me know your feedback there. This is week 18.
If it requires no organization or admin work, I think you're going to crush this, Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do start my new job on January 2nd. We got 2 more sleeps. And then it's Team JJ.
You guys got to have like a first day of work orientation Zoom call at 8 a.m.
I'm not even joking. JJ sent me an invite, which I was excited to get. Sent me an invite for a 9 a.m. 2-hour onboarding session on January 2nd. So I'm excited to start there. And also want to plug my new book. If you see this, it's Fantasy Football Follies on defeating besties, gloating, and the perpetual pursuit of shake and bake glory.
Can we see? Can I see the second page?
What is that?
Yeah, I need to see this.
So
I can't even. Are you doing a bit? I don't even know what's going on.
Did ChatGPT write you a book?
Honestly, this is a gift from my wife.
Okay, there we go.
And it was AI created, but it is pretty good. She put it basically is about my life and my home league. And so she put all my buddies in that. You answer like a little questionnaire and they fill out the rest. And it just so happens that after 16 years, if you read my post, you read my thread, like I know Peter did, you saw that I finally won my home league championship. Davis, you were in the championship. Did you win yours?
I just said that like 5 minutes ago. Yes.
I wasn't paying attention.
I sure did. Sure did.
So we both won our home. Like you had never won yours before.
Never.
Wow.
Congrats, guys. Congrats.
Thank you.
No one cares, man. No one cares. Work hard.
No.
Do you know it'd be a fun that the gift that she gave you? Do you know it would be an insane thing for someone to do? Maybe a fan of this show.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing that tonight.
Relax, Kitchen.
Wow.
Hold on. Whoa, Bob in accounting. That must be a tax write-off here.
You don't see the old red super chat all that often.
Wow.
Man. Wow.
took fifth in the Hound Dog for 4K.
He got two
Wow.
teams to the finals.
Wow.
4K after Wild Ride last night. Hell of a sweat. All the best to you. This guys, like, awesome. Bob, appreciate it. All the thanks and appreciation that we have gotten over the past 12 hours has been awesome. I'm a little bit surprised that Munchie _420 did not shout us out after his DraftKings win of 1.5 million. That definitely seems to be on our demographic. But Pete, you were saying?
No, I'm ready to do the overview.
All right, well, let's set the table. We got the
Got that dog in a butt. Got that dog in a butt. Overzet, overview. Come
on. Great timing after getting that super chat, because I am so sick of seeing best ball screenshots. We get it. You finished fourth in the pug. Get over yourself. And I got to commend you, Davis, for being the only person not to post one. Thank you. We appreciate that.
What do I get? Oh, I got 21st in the puppy. Oh, shut the fuck up, everyone. You didn't win. No one cares. Let me tell you this.
Did Davis not post one by choice? Or...
Thank you. Let's just explain the joke out loud for everyone. Thank you, Kitchen. David Kitchen finished top 5 in the bean flicker or something. No one even knows if that's a real contest, nor does anyone care to fact check. But congratulations, Kitchen.
It was the button hook.
The button hook? Yeah, great. That's
no
definitely a real thing. I did finish top 10 in the Chow. I'm honestly pissed because 10th in the Chow just doesn't have any Twitter bio equity. It needs to be like 23rd in the Mini Schnauzer 6. So we'll try again next year. And like Kitchen mentioned, we're still waiting for the Best Ball Champs to thank the Swolecast. I get it. It takes a long time to strike the right note in a tweet. So take your time. We'll be here. I actually hope we'll be here. Our New Year's resolution is to keep a sponsor. Please sign up for IKB when you guys get a sec. We're desperate for new signups, please. There's no Tuttle today, but Davis told us he'll pick up the slack. But I think he meant he'll actually just be posting in Slack throughout the whole show. I'm not selling my BTC, Wiggins.
Every day with this guy. Every day with this guy. He's like, dude, you just got to lend it out. Just give someone your Bitcoin. It's fine. I'm like, yeah, totally. Good idea, Andrew.
But this week, it's not about best ball, guys. It's about playing the best plays. It's about projectable volume. It's about blending floor optimals. It's about God's game. Week 18 is the week we abandon our sinful, heretic GPP ways to grind the news, the incentives, the injuries, the team motivations, all in an effort to win 52.6% of our head-to-heads on DraftKings and 56.3% of them on FanDuel, for those of you who are able to log in over there. I'm going to do things I don't normally do this week, like read Evan Silva's matchup column. I've literally already put it.
Week?
I've literally already put it on my calendar. I blocked off a full 1.5 minutes for it, and I don't even read that fast. I know a lot of people think we dick around on this show a lot. Some might say the picks are unserious. And to those criticisms, I say that's being generous. But that all changes today. Dave, let's have a good show. Be a good host for once. The Cash Game King needs to get this audience right. Let's fucking go, Dave. Back to you.
All right. Did we have a good week last week? I feel like we had some good picks last week.
Let me pull it up.
Like, it was a high-scoring week last week. Everybody thought they were dead. And
we did not have a good week.
No.
I'll share the screen.
What happened?
Yeah, we finished in 139th.
Ooh, oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm sharing
I felt
the
like
screen
didn't I recommend
we
Neighbors?
took a 0 from Anthony Richardson. We forgot to insert.
We forgot to global swap. Oh no,
dude! Pull this.
Surely
up.
There's
Pull
no
this
way
up.
we're gonna take a 0 this week.
I
mean, there's no way.
Pull the screen share up, Davis.
So this is the most Swolecast thing I've ever seen.
I knew I recommended Neighbors. I knew
it was Joe Flacco double week, and we rolled out an Anthony Richardson, AD Mitchell skinny step.
Remember how bad Dave wanted A-Chain? Remember Dave was just like, dude, we gotta have A-Chain. We gotta have A-Chain.
We literally put him in the lineup just to make Dave be happy because he was so sad he couldn't get Achan in there.
Oh, remember when Davis had to have Brock Bowers instead of playing Chig for basically the same amount of fantasy points? Remember that?
Well,
I
that
remember.
was before it became Max Payne season, brother.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
This
Let's
is why people don't take us seriously.
Yeah.
Because
The
we took a
Romeo
zero-out
Dobbs
quarterback.
play was okay, but
That was fine.
yeah.
I will say we did get Richardson at 0.59%, so it could have been a nice leverage play.
Dude, this actually, like, I ran it through my post-lock sim, and we were actually plus EV in this Swolecast Week 17 championship on ikb.gg.
That's where you get all the man, that Malik Neighbors call by me might have been one of my best picks. And Joey McMillan. All right, let's move on though.
Team one BR, right, Peter?
What's that?
Three wide receiver team,
Yeah.
one BR. Pretty funny.
Yeah, because the Thielen, Neighbors, Devontae Smith, all of those guys went nuts.
The team that won the best ball championship, right? Was a Jamar Chase team that didn't have Jamar Chase. Like all the backup wide receivers.
Lunchable Connoisseur is an unbelievable YouTube display name. I love that.
Yeah, he's been a long time person, so glad to have him as a member of the Swolies. All right. As far as motivations go, you guys, I'm guessing, Davis, you already have it memorized as far as what is and is not in play this week.
Yes. Yeah. What do you need to know?
Well, just tell us teams that are going to rest, basically. Like Kansas City, they've got the
Ravens.
locked.
The Ravens have to win, but they are 18.5-point favorites. The Steelers, honestly, I think could go either way. They need a win for a chance at the 3 seed or to maintain their hold on the 5 seed.
Well,
but the Bengals,
again,
what other Saturday games do you want to talk
you're
about,
mentioning
Davis,
Saturday
on this
games.
First Look show?
Oh,
We're
sorry.
looking
I just have my spreadsheet pulled up. All right. Falcons have to win. The Commanders say they're going to run their starters, but it doesn't super matter for them. So you could see them ending up resting guys. And the line is only 4.5. So I think that one could go either way. The Packers are locked into the playoffs, but they need a win to secure the 6 seed versus the 7 seed. The Bills are locked into the 2 seed. I think the Bills are going to rest. The line is not.
Well,
really
they said
this right now.
Josh Allen's going to play for a little bit.
Texans, Titans, no one cares. Both teams are locked where they are. Eagles locked in the 2 seed. The question you got to ask yourself is, do they try and get Barkley the record? And if Barkley gets the record, is he immediately leaving?
Schefter said he will be surprised if Barkley plays.
That feels fucked up, honestly. If I'm Barkley, I'm saying let me play.
No, I disagree. In the spirit of the record, he gets an extra game. Like I would say, if I didn't get it in the same amount of games that that they've been working for the past few years, no.
There's too much narrative poetry with it going. Holy cow! Look at these
double.
Rich.
People they're feeling
57th on the DK Millie is pretty good. Like that was a pretty good payout. So.
How high did you finish on drafters, Dave?
I told you I didn't do a drafters draft.
If we're getting $100 from people who finished 57th, imagine when the people who finished top 10 start watching.
Yeah, well,
they might not be in the audience this year. They're watching the Run Peer streams. I think the people
as nice as the the Liam and Corain shout outs were, I'd much rather have 57th place in the Millie from one of our members that we helped them with $100.
Are you talking about Liam's shout out of the sidekick this morning?
No, I'm not. All right, but basically, Davis, it sounds like what you're saying is that really the motivation from a team level is pretty much Atlanta and Tampa Bay, right? Like for this cash game slate.
No, there is the Broncos absolutely have to win. They're 9.5-point favorites over the Chiefs. They cannot lose. The Broncos, or the Jets rather, need to win that game. Obviously very smart. It's taking place at the same time, so they can't. No, you could argue How bad
The
did
Jets need to win for
You
what?
say the Jets?
God damn it, dude. My brain is not working. The Dolphins, who
Okay.
play
Yeah.
the Jets, have
Okay.
to win. They're playing at the same time as the Broncos. The Chargers can get the 5 seed with a win. Who knows how much they care about that. The Rams need a win to lock up the 3 seed. That's actually a sneaky big one, the Rams, and how much they care about the 3 seed, because obviously they have good fantasy players. Puka, Kyron, McVay. Historically, when things are locked up, you're about to learn a new name. You're about to learn the guy who's been the wide receiver 9 on the practice squad for the Rams all year. So that one is sort of interesting. And then huge bummer, honestly, that Lions Vikings with a 57.5 point total is not on the main slate. I mean, feels like
That
we could have
was
had a
such-
1 week extension to Sunday Night Football. It's a bit of a bummer.
We thought last night, like, as someone who needed like Lions to go off last night before the game started, my hopes were not high. Like, I thought it was going to be just a boring game, but God bless Dan Campbell for going for it, for putting it all out there. That was such a fun game.
It's the only way he knows how to live, brother.
So the same guy that wants Barkley to sit and not get the record was like, yeah, Dan Campbell biting kneecaps last night, risking his entire playoff hopes on the line. Come on, Kitchen.
I wanted that for my fantasy team. I didn't say it was great. I'm just saying from a record standpoint, don't you feel like it would be a little tainted if you had an extra game? Like, he didn't get the record in 16 games.
This is the dumbest shit ever. The real winner is the guy who said it in 1932 in 8 games. If that's really what we're doing.
That's why the record's so impressive, is because running backs don't get 30 touches a game like they did back then. It is way more impressive even with the extra game.
If they don't let Barkley do it, the whole organization is cucks. Barkley is a cuck for letting himself be cucked. It's all like, maybe this just says something about me personally.
Yeah.
But there is no chance if I'm Saquon Barkley that I'm resting when I can have an all-time record. None.
All right. So the chat's saying he has 35 less carries. Okay. All right. I'm okay with it now. Yeah, let's get him the ball.
Okay.
I'll make some calls.
And it's against his old team, dude.
That's the thing. You got to stick it to the Giants.
You absolutely. I don't care if he suffers a career-ending injury on the 107th yard. You got to get the record, bro. Bring him in the game and just push Saquon 2 yards at a time. Bring him in with a torn ACL, and the whole team is just carrying him. They're pushing, and they're just pushing his limp, lifeless ragdoll body for the yardage. That is.
You have distorted fantasies, Davis.
Yeah. First time, Pete.
Well, Howie Roseman is a cuck if he doesn't want Saquon Barkley to get the record.
I did think that you did a good job on your tweet about the system tush push.
Oh, thank
you. With Jalen, because as someone who played Saquon in cash, when they still went tush push on the 1 yard line with Pickett, that was annoying.
With Kenny Pickett with broken ribs, he had to take a pain-killing injection to be able to tush push.
Yeah.
And then Tanner McKee came in and threw a touchdown. What a game.
First ever player to their first NFL game, 2 passing touchdowns on fewer than 5 attempts.
I'm sure you guys saw the AJ Brown, what he did with the ball.
Yeah.
Davis.
Yeah, he tossed it up in the stands.
Chucked it in the stands.
Did you see his tweet when some dude was like, he needs to give one of his game checks to that guy in addition to the signed jersey? Did you see his post?
No.
Oh, man. I don't know why
AJ Brown posts are my favorites.
AJ Brown then retweeted this. Let me show you this. Yeah. This guy goes, AJ Brown owes this guy a game check. And then he goes, a signed jersey will do. A game check?
Gosh, I love Twitter so much.
If Barkley, I just want to make this point. If Barkley doesn't want it, that tells me everything I need to know about him as a person.
He came out of the game instead of getting the rushing record, single game rushing record. So
that should be pretty obvious. I don't want that guy.
I'm with Davis. I'll tell you right now, if he doesn't go out and get this record, I'm not drafting him 101 next year like everybody else.
All right,
All
we
I
got
need to
plenty of
know-
time for too early season rankings.
We could definitely tell who Saquon Barkley voted for if he chooses not to if he chooses not to get the single season rushing record to help his team.
All right, let's move on to quarterbacks. We're 26 minutes in. Let's move on to quarterbacks.
Pretty consistently we get to quarterbacks right about 25, 26
I
minutes
do
in.
think we at least had more set the table talk, especially for it being a week 18 show. So
Kitchen, before we do get into the nitty gritty of the position, can I say one macro thing about this slate?
Yeah.
It feels like a prove it week to me. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest.
Davis, do you have any incentive plays? Because those are always big for week 18. I mean, I'm sure people saw that Zach Ertz got like $250,000 for that.
Dude, if you would have told
touchdown.
me Zach Ertz scored 2 touchdowns in week 17, I would have just taken out a loan for first place in the big board. I would have just already guessed that I had won.
Did you not hear about Davis's incentives, Kitchen? If he hits 6K YouTube subs, he gets $1,000 in Little Mitten credits.
I already have 6,000 YouTube subs and they're not giving me any credits. Brother.
All right. Davis, if you want to book JJ for one of your shows this offseason, just
You go through Kitchen.
yeah, just talk to me.
Imagine sending David, and David, of course, will never respond. I'll send David an email like, "Hey, what's JJ's availability?" No response. I'll literally have to text JJ directly.
I'll have to talk. We got to weigh out, the platforms he goes on. So
well, let me do this to Peter.
Yeah.
Then. The two quarterbacks who really have to win with healthy team totals are Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. Are either of them in your shell right now, boss?
Well, first, I would never fully reveal my shell. I am a little interested in Bo Nix here, though. What is your take on Baker, though? I think he is going to end up being pretty popular.
Yeah, like he just, I assume, is probably going to project worse raw than Nix just because of game state stuff. Like the Buccaneers, how many point favorites are the Buccaneers? They are. Did you ever think there'd be a world where Baker Mayfield's Buccaneers would be 14.5 point favorites at home in week 18?
The thing about this team, though, is like they are content to keep piling points. They're not the team that's just like, oh, we're going to bring in Sean Tucker and salt this game away. They're like, no, just cook, Baker.
Yeah. No, it'll a little bit of that will depend on what information we get in terms of like, okay, the Eagles are Gainwell is a healthy scratch. Barkley goes out there to get one carry to like get the consecutive games. You just like, oh, the Tennessee Titans are down to Julius Chestnut. Tajay Spears is out with a concussion. Tony Pollard's not playing with his ankle. Damian Pierce and Joe Mixon are healthy scratches. Dare Ogunbowale's out. It's all I literally don't even know who they're running. You know what I mean? Like if there becomes a 4K, if there's a 4K running back who is just obvious, got to play him every lineup. He projects for 7. Great example of this, Dwayne Washington in years past for the Saints. They would make Kamara a healthy scratch and Dwayne Washington would get no targets, but just get the 100-yard rushing bonus like every year in week 18. If there's an analog to that, or maybe even multiples of those, Jawar Jordan is on season-ending IR. Probably it'll end up just being Baker.
The only show that will mention Jawar Jordan during the quarterback portion of things.
all right.
Yes. So Sunday morning will be just an absolute wave of like, oh shit, I wasn't considering Deneric Prince at all, and now Deneric Prince is a lock.
I know you heard about this, Davis, but Mike Shope was trying to get me to go to the Patriots game on Sunday, and I ended up having to turn him down. I said the Cash Game King has to be around for an active.
You gotta be around for
and
late swap, bro.
And late swap. There's 5 games, I believe. In the late.
You don't have to late swap when you just flip over the nuts. That's something you guys are all going to learn this week.
Depends on what games you're targeting. You talk about that Tampa Bay game too. Mike Evans, 5 catches, 85 yards. and he unlocks a massive $3 million bonus. That's according to Sal Betts on X.
Oh,
Thank
dude,
you for sourcing that.
There's one thing I know in my life. It's that David has the Salvetry.
I don't follow this account, but I did search for incentives on X because I thought Davis would already have them. That seems like a big one.
I'm not an X creator, bro. I'm a YouTube creator. I got to funnel everyone to a place where I can make 47 cents per video in AdSense dollars.
I'm merely talking about the incentives that people have to play for. All right. Someone in the chat did mention Tony Pollard. Yes, he has $500,000 that he can play for, but he also has he's sick and has a bum ankle. So let's talk about quarterbacks, though. Other than Bo Nix, other than Baker.
Well, if the Commanders do decide to really go for it, Jane Daniels against the team. I think what did he get against the Cowboys last time? Like 34 or something. Like he just went absolutely nuclear.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if they will. And I mean, this is what I thought last night. Like what I thought last night was if the score was one-sided either way, the Lions guys would shut it down. And there just was no hint of shutdown there. It was a two-score game.
I mean, Dan Campbell watched Sam Laporta take one of the hardest licks I've ever seen. It was like, get back out there and go. Yeah, I mean, holy shit.
But he also, it was also like just typical Dan Campbell going for it on every fourth down. Do these teams care about who they face? Like when the Commanders are the 6
like
or 7
the Chargers,
right.
It's like for the Chargers, it's like playing the Ravens or the Texans. So the Chargers should really care because that's like, they could be favored or like a touchdown underdog.
Yeah. Because I wonder who it's Washington or Green Bay for the 6 or 7 seed. So they would be playing like the loser of, no, they would be playing Philly if they're the 7th seed, right? Pretty sure. That's true.
Sure.
Yeah. 2-7, 3-6, 4-5. I think that's it. So you don't want to be playing Philly that first round. You much rather be playing it would be the Rams or Vikings.
Boy, do I wish the Cincinnati Bengals were playing on Sunday and not on Saturday, because that would be a very easy spot to solve. No concerns. We would get to load up Travion Williams, in the cash game shell.
Davis, as the head of Chase Brown PR department, do you have any comments about that slide / getting hurt at the end of the game there?
Yeah, it's pretty much the worst. Brutal. That had to have been the worst play of my life. Can't really imagine anything that would have cost me more money. It was all right. Getting hurt trying not to score a touchdown when you're about to score a touchdown in a tie game.
And then you have to score a touchdown because you got hurt and had a timeout called.
Yeah. I guess that's what you get for going all in on a Canadian running back. I think an American running back would have just scored there. Canadians, it's all for the glory of the team. American, they know to find the box there. I can't believe it, dude. I don't even want to do the math of how much money it cost me. But
at least you had a massive Justin Jefferson game in Week 17. That had to cheer you up.
Had Justin Jefferson and Chase Brown in 3 finals. So shout out to them.
Gosh, that drop touchdown was so bad. He catches those 99% of the time. Pete, as a cash game king, is there any reason to go with one of these backup quarterbacks? Any of these lower cash saving quarterbacks?
If you're playing me, if you sent me a head-to-head, absolutely there's reason to do that. If you like winning money, then no, Dave.
Okay. Just didn't know. You saw what Drew Lock did last week and just said, man, this guy
sounds like somebody's got a little case of GPP brain down there, Dave. Let's talk about real plays.
It'll be really interesting with the quarterback stuff, actually, that like they're high. Basically, there are a bunch of high-priced wide receivers who have nothing to play for, but they haven't had anything to play for in weeks. Like the Giants didn't have anything to play for last week. The Jaguars didn't have anything to play for last week. I guess, Tyreek, I don't know. London is going to end up being chalk. London Penix will be super chalky in the
Tyreek is 6,700. So
did I say something about Michael Penix?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know me. I'm not one of these prospect bros. Literally never seen him, throw the football before. Maybe I caught a little bit of a UW game. The dude throws like Tim Tebow. This was every time
I said that from the very get-go.
Okay, I missed all of this. I missed all of it, but I was like, this, oh my God. Every time he uncorks it, I just see visions of
wind up. I thought the same thing. I don't know how they're gonna fix that. All right, let's get.
They said he was like Phillip Rivers. Here we go from Mr. Branos himself. Rams seeming likely to rest their guys.
Okay,
so seems like which is what he has historically done in the past. They don't care about seeding. My God, if I get a Cody Schrader start in Week 18, it would be. I mean, there's
what I just realized Underdog should do. One of these sites should do one of their tournaments that spans through Week 18. And then the Week 18 is all that matters. Like, think about the backup strategy.
Pete, that's so funny. That is
wouldn't that be good?
They should do like a 10K to first mini show.
It would be guys like Blake
next year.
Blake Corum going in the 4th or 5th round. I
know that's why it would be so funny.
Like the 0 RB.
Look, if Hayden Wings can have his weekly winners pet project, we can have a Week 18 shipper.
All right.
Week 18 still got to get there, bro.
Let's I can only imagine the game theory and all the content surrounding that. Let's get on to the league, Swolecast league that we're creating a team for right now.
And also
we
did say before the show, for the show to keep continuing, we do need to get $99 super chats every 5 minutes. So we got about another minute left here if someone wants to step up to the plate.
So you guys are not going to be able to see the cash game shell unless we get another red super chat.
Maybe we'll get a cash game.
Here, this will be good, Pete. You can send this to Zach and get one of your videos out for the week. You can kind of have the next 59 seconds to kind of go through the cash game locks here. So go for it.
No, I'm doing something I said I wouldn't do, and I'm already showing you a little peek at my shell here with Bijan Robinson.
Little Bijan action.
Little Bijan.
Right. What will Bijan be owned in the Deposit Kingdom double up?
Well, there's a lot of GPP bros in there who will galaxy brain themselves off of it.
That's so true. That'll be the softest double up on the site this week. Will be the Deposit Kingdom. It'll just be like, dude, I played this sick GPP team in Pete's double up.
It is still a 3 max, so I'll be curious to see if people split up their cash action. Oh, Eli Reasons from the top row.
Eli, okay. Eli is in my Discord. This guy advanced the same amount of teams, like same percentage as all of us, like shitty, and advanced every team that he got into the semis to the finals. Absolutely running like God. The teams were sick. He just got that good pod luck.
Have you ever thought about just being good at the games, Davis? Yeah. Does that ever cross your mind?
Davis, it's not about how many teams you advance.
I can't beat the games, so I make free YouTube videos about how to theoretically beat the games. It's kind of a good role for me.
And then you have your friend Peter beg the chat for $100 super chats for you.
That I have to split with David Kitchen. I mean, you fucking love to see it.
Davis, how many people are
from? Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, make sure that some of those super chats go directly to Davis and Kitchen doesn't get his grubby little hands on them.
Listen, I'm getting more thanks than Davis. And actually, people were like, you should have a talk with Davis this offseason. That's what people were telling me on X. You should have a talk with Davis this offseason.
Dave, can I ask you like a really hard, serious question? Do you ever, does it ever kind of concern you that a lot of the tags are ironic?
No, No, that's even better for Dave's brand for it to be ironic, honestly.
Dave, do you ever worry about what kind of tumbleweeds would be rolling across your notifications if there weren't ironic text?
We all have to lean into something. I am fine.
Imagine Dave clicking refreshes on his.
Well, imagine
mentions if
Pete
people
without the
weren't
bits.
ironically.
Imagine if it was just sassy Pete.
If Pete,
And think about my uncle without a dick. He'd be my aunt. Just come on, catch it.
Pete's like the best battle royale player in the game, dude. He'd be fine. He'd be fine.
Okay, let's
Other cash game locks for you guys.
let's build
At
a
running
team.
back.
We got to build a team.
Well, yeah. Let's start 40 minutes and 16 seconds.
Let's aim low this week, and by aim low, get guys who are actually going to play. Let's start with that. And we can go from there.
Well, no, dude, this is a 50-50, obviously. So we're going to be doing the cash game shell. Now,
Yes.
corresponding to the thing that I just posted, the Rams will have a resting group of wide receivers, which means, Pete, you know whose discourse is coming back into our life for the first time since hot best ball summer?
Please don't
Jordan
say DeMarcus
Whittington.
Robinson. Okay,
Jordan Whittington.
that's better.
Dude, Demarcus Robinson is a starter, brother. Demarcus Robinson is getting rested in this game. Jordan Whittington, I believe, is one of the candidates for a $3,000 wide receiver chalk this week.
Okay. All right. I can get into that. Are we
Bijan, I
concerned
think,
about his
is
quarterback play?
I literally do not. Oh my God, no! He's got Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh.
That's really good for a Week 18 quarterback.
Okay. All right. I put in Bijan. Davis did Jordan Whittington. Kitchen, I want you to remember, this isn't a dick around lineup build. I need you to jam in some projectable volume.
This is
Listen,
the cash game shell.
Listen, this is what I do every week. And if you play,
What do you do
Malik
every
Neighbors,
week? Go to Titans and hit
No,
filter?
no. If you played Malik Neighbors last week, you were fine. I'm actually not going to go to Malik Neighbors. Well, I'll let someone else choose Mike Evans. He's pretty expensive if they want to. I'm going to go to Tyreek Hill at 6,700.
Aren't you worried that Snoop Huntley might be his quarterback?
I think Snoop Huntley was good for him last week. They were targeting him more than they were targeting Achane like they've done in the past.
Well, Achane just got benched, brother.
What about this box score inspires any kind of floor
Okay.
for you in this cash
And
game?
so,
I
Pete,
think David, you just don't get cash games. You just don't really get what we're doing.
Buddy, as someone who cashed last week and played more cash games than you guys have combined all season long,
there's
me tell
literally
you have
no
to-
chance. David, I promise you, there's no chance you have played more.
I should have
cash
said
games than
one
me this
more
year.
cash games than you guys combined.
That's also
But-
probably not true.
All right, Davis, can you please shut up? If you watched ball last week, you know that, yes, 9 of 9 targets was fine for Reek, but he was getting back to where he was. He was a shoestring tackle away from a 65-yard
play
touchdown.
you're talking about, that was the most concerning play of the day because old Reek just houses that, like throws up the piece.
No,
sign.
he just got tripped up, barely tripped up.
Yeah, old Tyreek doesn't get.
Okay.
Kansas City Tyreek.
Davis, I get it. You've had a
Force
rough
that.
season. If you want to look out of the the non-rose colored glasses, you can. I'm looking out of the teal and orange colored glasses that saying Tyreek at 6,700 on a PPR side is fine.
Here's the thing, Kitchen. Like
Yeah.
a normal Swolecast week, Davis and I wouldn't have like batted an eye at like putting Tyreek in there. But this is cash game week. We're actually
Cash
putting
game
in the
week.
good plays. We're not dicking around.
Oh, you're saying just risk averse. Is this what this is, Pete? Because that's not my brand.
I don't give a shit about your brand.
Yeah.
It's
We're
cash
playing
game week.
projectable volume.
Yeah, and so you've got Jordan Whittington as the first pick. If you guys
Yeah,
aren't living a
Jordan
little and-
Whittington's like plus 200 to outscore Tyreek Hill this week, and he's $4,700 cheaper.
Guys.
All right, fine. I just can't believe you charge them to get these kind of picks in your cash game lineup that you post before?
It's a must-win game for Miami, and Reek is 6,700.
It was a must-win game for them last week, and they benched everybody.
Not Tyreek. He went off.
He's mentally moved on to full-time podcasting. You can see it when he's out there on the field.
You can. You could see he's like, dude, this is going to be a great.
So maybe he's going to try to ride off in the sunset with one of his pieces on a 80-yard touchdown.
All right, Davis. Or is it back to me?
It's back to you.
All right, we are gonna. I can't believe Kitchen did this because we're gonna have to. We are gonna have to get Mike Evans in this.
He ruined my cash game shell.
We're gonna actually get a good high-priced wide receiver in here.
Oh,
all right. So I've been clicking around at tight ends, and I'm trying to figure out what my opponents in my attempt to generate a cool 3.2% ROI on IKB.GG this week are going to do. I think there will be enough salary when we get to Sunday to play Brock Bowers. I think a lot of the slaps are going to have Brock Bowers in cash. I think David's pick is not going to allow us to do that.
You don't need Brock Bowers. We just saw last week. You need like a 30-point Brock Bowers week for him to be viable. There's so many cheap tight end plays.
Something about Dave is really grading me today. I don't know what it is, but I'm really
your
tilting
negative
him today.
EV season.
I think
it's the high horse he's on from winning his hometown league.
So I think the Chiefs would be one of the teams that has a potential min salary tight end playing all the routes. I think Juwan Johnson, who you just hovered over, is decent. And honestly, if the Commanders are going to try, it feels like Ertz at 4K is probably our guy. Obviously, we will determine Commanders' motivation a little bit closer, but Ertz is going to be my pick.
We got to let people know. I mean, we're recording this on a Tuesday. This is a fluid slate. Lots going to change. I wouldn't set anything in ink. It's a shell. It's called a shell for a reason.
Shell.
In a shell, you know what you can do to a shell? You can X out Tyreek Hill and get him out of there so quick because
you can play Juwan Jennings instead of him if you so choose.
All right, Kitchen. How do you want to redeem yourself after that dog shit pick? Don't pout.
I'm actually not going to do any more picks.
I knew you were going to pout.
I knew he was going to pout. I knew he was going to
No,
pout.
you guys want to verbally abuse me to the point where
we're
the
getting you ready for what it's going to be like to work under JJ. Don't pout, Kitchen.
Honestly,
all right.
I thought Chig was a better pick than Ertz.
Wow, where do you get your ideas?
I said it last week too. I mean,
and you would have been really wrong. Ertz was the number one scoring tight end of the week last week. So,
well, buddy, Ertz wasn't on the slate last week. Okay,
he was on FanDuel. He was on FanDuel, and Kyle Cannon and Andrew Wiggins said, "Zach Ertz, no thanks, dude."
All right.
Okay. All right.
Has
We
Kitchen
still need
gone woke? People are asking if Kitchen's gone woke. He wants a participation trophy.
Hey, well, how about this? We'll give him a
I don't.
participation pick. Pick the defense, Kitchen.
No, I don't. I don't want to get canceled though by my castmates.
Kitchen, pick our defense.
No, I'm not doing it. You guys do it. You think this is such a good team? You guys do it without me. You think you can cash without me?
Think you can cash the Week 18 Swolecast Championship without David Kitchen's input?
Do
yeah,
it.
Right.
Finish it.
I think Giants look very good against Tanner McKee, Pete.
Okay.
I mean, they're a bunch
good
here, but
yeah,
the Giants are the team you're going to pick among all the teams.
Honestly, Patriots at home versus Mitch Trubisky.
Patriots against Mitch. They're just so pathetic. But I mean, sure, it's like not like the Giants are not pathetic.
Okay.
All right. Which of Nick's, Baker, or Penix do you like at quarterback in this lineup?
I think Nick's.
I mean, Nick's just feels like he gets 17,
mostly
62.
Nick's almost didn't get there last week. If you guys don't play Baker, it's on you.
So, are you participating?
Are you participating?
No. Gallery? Like, what's going on?
Oh, you don't like that I'm being dissenting on your picks that you're choosing and second guessing?
I thought you were just going to pout silently in the corner, which honestly is fine.
No, this is Sassy Dave.
Could be our highest rated show of all time.
This is
Dave silently non-participating. Our highest rated
for the audio listeners. Tuttle is here. He just hasn't had a chance to say anything yet.
No, it's bowl season. Tuttle will have Davis is going to give Tuttle's picks out at the end.
I do. He DM'd them to me. All right, so we got Knicks. We have
52-50.
So this is where the 4K running back would be pretty clutch. How much do we have if we put Bucky in? What do we have remaining?
28.
Okay,
the Tyreek Hill pick really threatened to unravel this
it's
entire
like unbelievable. It's unbelievable how bad the Tyreek pick is. Can we put in Malik Washington, Dave? Can we get permission to put in Malik Washington?
That'd be a really nice pivot.
Guys, this is your team, so you do whatever you want to do. If people want to listen to Davis, the guy who did not issue the global swap alert last week,
I think we all kind of bear responsibility for not issuing.
No,
the global
Davis,
swap.
you have repeatedly said you will issue the global swap alert.
All right. Well, just going forward, if I ever say that it's a lie, just know that you're taking it in your own hands.
So that gets us 5,600 to work with.
Put in Bucky. Oh, we have Bucky in 5,600. I mean, the thing is 5,600 is probably like a dead range of salary. I'm guessing it's just gonna have a bunch of guys who are not.
Kitchen probably wants to play Jaden Reed. Love the ceiling on him for this cash game lineup.
Yeah.
No, I hate Jalen.
Well,
I played Wicks in my cash lineup last week. If you want to know really what I was about,
Corum. Feels like a free running back in cash week if we get.
Wow,
yeah,
good pick for once.
That is a good pick. I was gonna say Gainwell, but Gainwell will probably rest too. It'll probably be Shipley chasing, right? If the Eagles do rest everybody,
Shipley could be nice, to be honest.
Okay, so you are participating in good faith now. I appreciate that. You came back around, Dave.
No, I'm still providing commentary, not telling you who to pick.
Well, our lineup was successfully created. You can compete with us in the Week 18 Swolecast Championship. It is a double up, I believe, this week, as I asked Andy for. And also, I have also talked with Andy, and I might be running into some deposit limits on DraftKings this week, in which case I will flee to IKB as a safe haven. We're talking about setting up some cash games over there.
Oh yeah, Massachusetts, you can only deposit like 2,500.
It's 1,000 a week. I've been on the line with support. I even pulled a real Davis move too. I said to my rep, I was like, you guys do like any kind of promotional credits to like get around this? They said no.
What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to play off-site, real 2015 DFS vibes. You're gonna have to have everyone settle with you via the Ethereum blockchain.
I'm gonna have everyone send money to Kitchen's Soul wallet, and he will escrow it.
Is yours by per week? Here it's per month.
So like within their things, they have like you can set your limits by day, week, or month, but there's a Massachusetts one that has like $1,000
state specific law.
The Tennessee one is 25 per month. So I was gonna say you could like deposit today and then again tomorrow.
And so, I don't take many L's during cash game week. I should have been preparing for this for a while.
Okay, here's another way to get around it. Don't ask me how I know this. You can go in the draft book or on the sports book and deposit way more.
Yeah,
at least we can here. And then like just bet like a minus 10,000,
like a minus 10,000
favorite,
and then it's a playthrough.
And it'll automatically go.
I'll re-up my Vegas Dave sub. Find a really good minus 100,000 fave. Okay, go. All right, I like that workaround.
Well, Pete, how far are you from the border?
Well, that's the other thing. But I already asked them about that, and they're still like the limits. I think what I'm going to be able to get up to 3,000 on the site this week. But
someone's going to send you a 5K, dude.
Dude, that's why this is what I told people. I'm accepting all of the fives or up through 25s first, and then into the week I'll accept all the higher
What if
ones.
Munchie _420 sends you a 5K after? What was the head-to-head you received last year?
Fareed sent me a 1K. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I did get an update from Fareed. He said he's been
too.
taking a social media fast. So shout out to the champion.
Did you tell him that I'm no longer with Roto Grinders? I'm with Late Round.
You know what, Dave? You didn't really come up in our conversation.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh, price of the brick is going down, but thank you, Pius here for this super chat. Team missed the finals by 0.3. Could have been worth like 175K. I'll pay the other 80 at Scholastic.
Yeah, man.
That's fair.
Here's the deal, Mr. Pius Devil. That's on you for looking.
That's part of the sweat.
Look.
That's
No,
part of the sweat.
It's not part of the sweat.
Yes, it is.
I have no idea what my theoretical profit or loss was.
Well, Davis, I could tell anyone could tell you that, but as far as like guys who actually had a chance, like you want to like have some entertainment value in it. Not every movie ends happily.
I do need to ask, Kitchen, how much did you win for that Bean Flicker lineup? You didn't even post a screenshot of it.
It was $1,450. It was $2,000. And then it moved back to $1,450. It wasn't the big one. I needed Juwan Johnson last week in that Monday night game to get 3.5 points, and he got like 1 catch. So that didn't advance the team I really needed. But I'm happy in the button hook. It was fine.
Adam C is a man of culture. Juwan Jennings is his profile picture. He knows ball, and he says, "Never look, never look."
Nice to see a little avatar of the guy Ricky Pearsall cucked there on our screen.
Yeah, how about that? How about Ricky
All right,
Pearsall from quite literally beyond the grave?
Let's
Mini men.
Xavier Worthy outscored Jamar Chase in the fantasy football playoffs, but you don't hear the mainstream media talking about that, Peter.
All right, J.K. Dobbins.
We're on to wide receiver.
Yeah,
We didn't talk any about. I want to talk a little bit about running back.
Bijan, Bucky, and the 4K guys. There's how you win.
No Garindo.
He just fits in a weird salary range. Like I would rather a Bucky 10 times out of 10.
And we also don't know if it's Dobbs and you're not going to get checkdowns.
It is Dobbs.
That could be a big issue.
Be Dobbs. Purdy got like legit banged up, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be playing. All right. So no other running backs. We're moving on.
Well, it's like, what universe would you want to play Zach Charbonnet in when there's going to be 3 different $4,000 running backs to choose from? Like right now, like, I don't know, who's the 4th running back on the Chiefs roster? Oh, it'll be Carson Steele. Dude, Carson Steele's going to be a starting running back this week. For
you owe me $50,
by the way, I owe you $50. By the way, you winning that bet, I mean, literally unbelievable. Like truly, like Cam Akers is the worst starting running back in the NFL to the point that he gets traded. He's got to be the only NFL player ever traded for multiple.
An alligator boy is some special talent. Get out of here.
He was a starting running back for the fucking team that's going to win the Super Bowl, and you win the bet. It's really
starting for the one game Sam Sherman was charting him.
We got to move on.
That if I was doing year-end awards, Sam doing a tweet for every alignment of where Steele lined up, that would be my tweet thread of the year.
Okay, we got to move on to wide receiver. You mentioned Pearsall. He's 4,100.
Yeah, but I think the Dobbs stuff ruins a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like what do you think Dobbs does in this game?
Runs around a little bit. Throws a pick, maybe throws 1 touchdown.
Completes 14 passes for 198 yards.
Okay.
Eric Sober catches the touchdown. Adam Levitan plays Sober and Cash, gets there.
Let me talk about a play right now. And this is a guy, I can't call him a must play, but he definitely falls into the want play category, and that's Brian Thomas Jr. It's a want. He's been a target magnet over the past 5 weeks here. 10, 12, 14, 13, 10. I want him in my lineup, guys.
Yeah. Man, what do you think about any of the high priced receivers, Davis?
I think that is probably, I mean, we would never talk about tournaments on this show, but that does kind of feel like how you are going to differentiate your lineups at the top. Cause I don't see any of these guys as being particularly more owned. Well, Evans will obviously be the most owned, but then Brian Thomas Jr., the Giants haven't had anything to play for in years, honestly. So like, what is going to change with Neighbors' role? How much do the Chargers care? Lad McConkey coming off the 2-touchdown game. How much do the Commanders care? What I will say is that Drake London at like in my mental projection is 37% owned in the SPY. That I probably will not do.
Drake London to me is not going to be in my personal cash game conversation. There's just so much volatility with how the ball gets distributed in this offense. It can be a Ray McLeod game, can be a Darnell Mooney game. I am not trusting Drake London with my entire role on the line this week.
I agree.
Just got my first head-to-head challenge on DraftKings.
Vandy UWW.
Yes.
Yeah, he just sent one to me.
Do you guys want to give out your usernames? I like to spread the wealth.
I just retweeted the tweet from last year that hilariously has Anthony Amico responding underneath, "This is beneath you to farm the fish." Very, very funny stuff.
What about like riding off into the sunset? Looking at like Marvin Harrison Jr., who did get 10 targets last week. I mean, maybe it's something that
we're talking about the best plays.
If you turn the cards over on me and Cash with Marvin Harrison Jr., don't even bother running your post-contest sims on the solver. It's going to say you played bad.
Right. Man.
If
what about Marvin Mims at 4,600?
No.
We're talking about cash, buddy.
He was 8 for 8 last week.
If Flacco starts again, Downs and Pittman.
No Downs, only Pittman.
Yeah. Pittman.
That was actually why I won the cash game last week, because I was $100 short, and I was like, well, I guess I'll choose Pittman.
All right.
Over Downs.
I can't with you. I mean, that is so upsetting.
What? Davis, what happened to Josh Downs? This is one of the greatest rug pulls of all time.
They played 12 personnel all game, and he doesn't play in 12. Pittman.
And why would that change this week?
Because he's a beta. Gosh,
I assume it was it had to have been a scoreline effect. Like, oh, we can only run. I don't know. I really don't have that is the answer, but I don't know why. I don't know why they did that.
I'll throw one out. If the Commanders go, one of the greatest wide receivers of our generation now apparently is Zacchaeus, dude. 9 targets last week at 4,500.
He looks so good too. Like he legit looked good.
People forget McCaffrey and Dents in it.
People forget the last time we were talking about Olamide Zacchaeus for NFL DFS cash games on DraftKings.com/IKB.GG was when Julio Jones used to not play for the Falcons.
Like the guy.
And then it would turn out that he wouldn't be Julio Jones's direct replacement in the Shanahan offense. So it'd be some guy named like Brandon Williams, who you'd never heard of, who was playing.
The other part about Zacchaeus lore was the best ball year where everyone was tacking him on as the other pass catcher in like Matt Ryan Falcon stacks. And it was the year Cordero Patterson was actually the breakout player who went undrafted. Yeah. And everyone was just staring at their Zacchaeus shares saying directionally accurate.
You want to know how bad I run? I had a bunch of Patterson that year and still didn't win shit. Eskimo Bros for life, brother.
All right, tight ends.
Well, are the Packers are the Packers going to care? Because if the Packers don't care, Bo Melton's
they're that 6 or 7 seed with Washington. Like we
might not care.
Know yet.
They might decide. They might just.
And I think if you're doing it's just like it's Josh Jacobs or bust. You can't trust any of the.
Well, what if Josh
receivers.
Jacobs? What if it's I don't even know who the Packers backup quarterback is.
It's also going to be really cold, probably. I'm guessing in Green Bay.
Kitchen. We're not worried about weather here, bud.
Oh, wow.
Remember the last time Dave touted weather, he caused a hurricane.
No, that's not true.
Literally led to people dying.
Literally led to people dying.
At all. Okay.
Kitchen, you probably want to play McBride. That just feels like a Kitchen thing.
No, I don't want to spend up. I don't want to spend up at tight end this week. It just feels in a week where there's so much uncertainty, you want certainty. You want projectable volume. You want guys who are going to get you there. And so tight end, that can be one of the uncertain plays. That can be one of the 2,500 3K plays.
Little guy named Payne Durham. Ever heard of him, brother?
He was
Nate,
awesome.
This guy has
Nate will find a way.
All over.
Yeah, Nate is going to find a way to not play Payne Durham this week and still get there. I'm preemptively mad about whatever Nate is going to do at tight end.
Nate's having a good year, man.
Well, yeah.
You know why? Because Nate doesn't conform to societal norms or Davis bullying him on what he can or cannot do. He's his own man.
Well, Nate's having a good year because he's a really good tournament player. He just has worked really hard on his process and does a lot of math and modeling. His cash game teams, I think, honestly, some of them have just been terrible. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. Except in week 18, it matters a lot.
I think that's pretty par for the course for a lot of content these days, right? I mean, you turn into the Guildcasts, ostensibly a cash game show. You guys talk about fucking GPPs for half the show. I turn into Establish the Show, and Wiggins and Levitan are giving their GPP takes for fucking 50% of the show. I'm the only one who's actually dedicated to talking about the best plays for the entirety of a show. Having the Matumbo swat Tyreek Hills out of the lineup.
All right. What tight end's going in the cash game shell, brother?
If I were to guess, I would say Kyle Pitts is going to be in Overzet's cash game shell.
Kitchen, please.
And then you'll tweet out with hashtag live a little.
I could put in 20 tight ends before
literally
Kyle
20
Pitts.
Probably.
And that's not even exaggerating. I would literally find 20 tight ends to put in before.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Let's do it. Let's count. All right.
Okay.
Payne Durham.
Payne
Okay.
Durham.
Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, George Kittle, Jonnu Smith. Maybe not Travis Kelce if they're resting. Hunter Henry.
No. Yeah. Hunter Henry didn't get a catch last week.
This is me telling you who I would play over Kyle Pitts. Jake Ferguson, Dalton Schultz, Noah Gray, if no Kelce. Chig, great call. Kitchen. Tucker Kraft. Jawan Johnson is a good one. Brenton Strange, still the starting tight end there.
Okay.
Tyler Conklin exploded last week. Austin Hooper, they use 2 tight ends all the time there. How many am I? Grant Calcaterra
When you're going Austin Hooper over Pitts, that's when you're being disingenuous. But I am curious. You got 5 more.
Okay. Kate Stover run a lot of 2 tight end sets. Devin Culp kind of sneakily involved last week there for the Bucks. Let's see. Michael Mayer, really kind of the Austin Hooper of the Raiders, if you will.
Okay. Enough of the 12 personnel talk. All right, we gotta wrap this show up. When you're listing blocking tight ends instead of Pitts, you've lost the plot.
Dave, how many points would I have to give you? Devin Culp versus Kyle Pitts. I get Culp. I get Pitts.
It depends on if Otten definitely out this week.
It's first look show.
He's questionable.
Well, I'll send out a global alert if Payne Durham is off the table and Culp is as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's about it as far as wrapping up the show.
Big news. Charlie Kolar off season off the IR. Big news.
Let's not make a habit of pulling up comments that don't include $100 super chats. All right, we got to train this audience.
You know what? You're right. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Or members. All right.
We got to go.
We got to go. Davis, final thoughts. Week 18.
I'm streaming with everyone's favorite best baller, Chess Liam, in 20 minutes.
I feel like I need to have a talk with Liam and just tell
everyone
him,
needs to have a talk with Liam. He needs to stop antagonizing everybody.
I mean, being the villain is certainly a strategy, but I don't think it's like I think it's one that he is suited for.
How much of the show, Davis, is going to involve Liam saying how much money he would have won if Dan Campbell would have just rested the starters last night?
No, Davis. I know. Do you follow Buddy? How the pros do it? Because he needed.
I do not follow.
Okay,
Buddy, no.
He needed a monster Debo game last night to get like $250,000. Because he actually made the finals, and basically he was fading Lions, including Jameson Williams. The level of tilt that he displayed on X last night was next level. It was definitely worth the price of admission. So, but he got there, and shout out to Liam for finishing 33rd. That is tough. That is tough to do out of all those entries. And he did it. And I hope that he can take that money and, just
and what?
I don't, and just be content, just be content, just be happy.
That's a good way to say it, Kitchen.
Just be joyful.
A good way to say it.
Okay. Davis, final thoughts.
Streaming in 20 minutes.
Okay.
I hope that the $100 super chatters from this channel don't forget where they came from.
And make sure you're not sending
Make sure
the
it's
super
not
chat
on Liam's channel.
You gotta be
Buddy,
like,
Liam doesn't need it.
All right, Pete.
Davis is gonna finish 8th in the little Schnauzer 4 via super chats. If we can keep this pace up here. All I'll say is if you are one of the YouTube members who looks forward to David's cash game lineup and you tail him, send me a head-to-head this week. It's Revert Z-Top on DraftKings. I would love to play an army of David Kitchen cash game lineups.
Let me just mention a review from the Touchdown Tribune. Fantasy Football Follies kicks off with a bang. Kitchen masterfully captures the drama, the camaraderie, and the endearing absurdity of the fantasy league life. It's like having your favorite commentator whisper strategy into your ear.
I'm impressed how many pages are in that book for an AI.
It is
It
like legit. And then if you read it, it is AI, man. Also, shout out to everyone who watched the Takecast with me and Davis. And I even got Holka in my DMs saying he listened to the Takecast and he 100% agrees with me on AI and the tool. He's also using Perplexity. So it was good to set Davis straight on that. And just want to say thanks for a great regular season.
Leone, the most YouTube watched Takecast since I started doing it on YouTube. Beat your numbers, Dave. How do you feel about that?
Get me on there, dude. I'm going for the crown, the Takecast view crown.
Pete will be on next week.
Leone actually just DM'd me like 5 minutes ago, and his son is projecting Cam Ward to the Titans. So,
wow,
I love it. So,
Davis,
all right.
we're gonna have to get in the lab for a good YouTube title for my Takecast, so we can take the record.
I just SEO farm the Takecast titles.
No, that's what I mean. Like, but I
people
want to
said
be
this.
in the.
People said the same thing though, that they loved listening to the Takecast with me and Davis, and then it just abruptly ended. Like as soon as the 60-minute mark hit, Davis like, all right, I gotta go. See ya.
He's like Mike Show posting ADP.
That's what we do. Takecasts are 55 to 70 minutes. No shorter, no longer.
All right. Pete, final thoughts?
I already gave my final thoughts.
Okay. Then I'll just say thank you for a great season. Shout out to my league mates who can no longer use a long-running bit of me not winning since the Bush League era. We're here to inform. We're here to entertain. We'll see you next time here on the Swolecast in 2025. We'll see you in 2025. Crazy that we're that old here in the Swolecast. Peace.
Send me a head-to-head. In the show.
Sorry,
send me a head-to-head. Send me a head-to-head.
I was filling out my Roto Grinders work log. Bye. You Davis Mattek from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
Tape.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.